Today, we open up the first ever Zompire the Pulse box on Tomwashere. Hi everyone! Tomwashere back at it with another unboxing video, and today we are opening up the first ever the Pulse box from Zompire. Now, I have been familiar with Zompire for a while. They do true crime boxes and I believe horror boxes, but this is their first foray into pop culture. And you know, it was a funny thing with Zompire. I was always curious about kind of their true crime boxes and their horror boxes and wanted to do a video on both of those, but it was weird timing where I would get the notification that the boxes were going on sale soon or like a day from now, and of course I'd promptly forget and then only come to find that they were like sold out. That's the next notification that I would get, but that's me not paying attention. Just these things happen. But this is their first foray into pop culture, and I was very curious about it. Now, there are some things, franchises represented in this box that I'm very intrigued by. There are some franchises represented in this box that I'm not necessarily so intrigued by. And, you know, I would say base it kind of on, and I could be wrong on this because I've never opened a box from them, I just know that people seem to like them, is that, you know, kind of like in a Zombie BAM box range. You know, there's franchises in there, there's a guaranteed autograph in there, and the franchises are, the two I'm very curious about. One is Jurassic Park, which is one of my favorite films of all time. One is Avengers Endgame, which is very intriguing. And then there's ones not necessarily so intrigued about, like The Never-Ending Story, beyond the theme song. And I'm sorry. Look, I was introduced to adult films very early in my life. I saw Die Hard when I was 5 years old. Saw, you know, things like A Nightmare on Elm Street and Terminator and Child's Play and stuff around this time as well. So I never got to The Never-Ending Story, unfortunately. It's just one I never got to. And I would assume, or I would, you know, take a stab that the autograph is probably from The Never-Ending Story. The other thing in there is Masters of the Universe, He-Man. I used to watch He-Man when I was a real little kid, but, you know, as mentioned, I kind of was introduced to adult things very early, so He-Man, you know, kind of went out the window in regards to stuff like, you know, Batman the Animated Series and X-Men and stuff like that. So, very curious to see what the He-Man or Masters of the Universe item would be, but the last theme in here is Nirvana, the band, and I don't quite, you know, that's kind of the wild card, because it definitely wouldn't be the autograph, I don't think. It would have to be some other item. But I'm not, you know, as I kind of lumped Zompire in here with Zombie and BAM, I don't have a set idea. You kind of know what you're going to get in a BAM and Zombie box. You know you're going to get a pin, an art card with Zombie box, a t-shirt, a pin, a prop, a art print, and an autograph. With Zompire, not so sure. So it'll be very curious to see what is in this box. Now, I have already seen some spoilers pop their way online. I did not watch any of those because the whole hook is with the mystery boxes, and I do love mystery boxes. I like to be surprised, but ideally, you want to be surprised, but you also want something in there that's worth keeping. And I would say as of late, I haven't felt too much of that is. Now, it could be because I started mystery boxes and autograph collecting and all this stuff back in probably July of 2020. I didn't have too many autographs before then, and have quite a bit more now. So I've gotten selective and picky maybe in my older age. That's not knocking what's in the box. What's in the box could be amazing and worth keeping, but it really, I enjoy, they don't tell you when you're a kid, maybe they do, but maybe I never listened, that when you become an adult, there's not any fun surprises anymore. There's hardly any. So the mystery box is kind of capturing that youth of being like a child on Christmas morning and opening up something you really want. Now, we also are going to talk value as well to make sure this box carries value for its price tag. But let's crack this open and let's see what the Zompire Pulsebox is all about. I do like, this is the first mystery box that has been truly honest with me. It wants me to know that I'm the worst right out of the gate, but they still love me. That's nice. See? That's nice. Now, deep down, I know that it's on every box, but personally, I want it to be just for me. But anyway, let's crack this open and let's see how it's doing in here. Okay. Ooh, it's taped on the sides. How about that? Okay. All right. Ooh, a nice gold paper in there. Some gold and mystery paper. Gold foil paper. Okay. Let's go. First item on the top is, I don't know. Okay, this might be spoilers. I'm gonna put that off to the side. I'll read that at the end. Okay. We have in here a tote bag. A Nirvana tote bag. Okay. That's cool. You know, I go to different conventions and stuff. It seems I'm always scrambling for a tote bag, like if I want to carry stuff for people to sign. And, you know, like a dummy, I've never brought, actually, I just randomly find, like, whatever I can find to put. But this may be my go-to convention tote bag, which is awesome. So far, Zompire has done a rare thing that not too many boxes recently have done. They actually gave me something I want to keep right out of the gate. I like that Nirvana tote bag. You know, it's definitely something that I will get use out of. Now, this next item here is in a little pouch. It's a dinosaur themed pouch. And it is, I would guess it's the Jurassic Park item. And it is a pin. Now, I've mentioned in several videos that I don't really collect pins too much. But I do like this pin because it's the man, the myth, the Pittsburgh original, just like myself, Mr. Jeff Goldblum. A nice Jeff Goldblum themed Jurassic Park pin in the Jurassic Park font, but Goldblum. That's phenomenal. I do like Jeff Goldblum. Like, I'm a huge Jeff Goldblum fan. I actually went to a Valentine's Day concert of his that he was doing jazz. An incredible show if you know, life ever gets back to normal and you can actually go see shows again. I do highly recommend that one if you can. Okay, we got I think a couple more things in here. All right. This is He-Man Masters of the Universe. This looks to be an art print, a very limited art print. 29 of 42. So with the pulse boxes, I would assume this would be the number of pulse boxes. So there were only 42 pulse boxes made. And this one is He-Man, Masters of the Universe. Like I said, I stopped watching He-Man at a very young age. I remember having toys and stuff like that, He-Man and Skeletor and toys and stuff. So I never actually went back and watched it. I think they're doing like a reboot. Aren't they doing like a Kevin Smith reboot on Netflix or something weird like that? Okay. Now we have the auto. Should I dig under the auto? Because there's something else in there. Auto's like the payoff. Okay. Okay, yep, you know, I dig under the auto because I peeked. Sorry, I peeked. But this is a license plate of the Never-Ending Story. Like I said, beyond the theme song and its Stranger Things affiliation, and I've never actually watched any of the Never-Ending Story movies. Not a one. Like I said, my childhood was not your childhood, or at least the vast majority of your childhood. So I was introduced to adult themes far too early. But, you know, maybe, like, I don't know if that would be like a trade or something like that, but definitely something that I'm probably not going to keep. It'll most likely go on eBay because I don't know if there's like a trade thing for it. But that's to be expected. I knew a never-ending story item would be in here and that it would promptly go up on eBay to trade. So let's do the math here. Nirvana bag, Masters of the Universe art print, Jurassic Park pin, never-ending story license plate. And that means that the autograph is from Avengers Endgame. Surprising. Now, when I usually think of, you know, it's funny, when I ordered BAM and Zobi boxes and things like that have these set themes, I kind of play a little game in my head of like, okay, here's these franchises, the pin's probably going to be this, and the t-shirt's probably going to be this, and the prop's probably going to be this. In my mind, internally. In this box, I was fully convinced that the autograph would give me a never-ending story because I was just not, you know, not as interested in the never-ending story. But interestingly enough, it's from Avengers Endgame. 8x10 with a new Beckett COA. And you know, it's funny. My son, because I usually have my son come down, and you know, we were talking over the themes because that's what we do. And I go, "Here's the themes for this box. What's it gonna be?" And he's like, "Well, if it's an autograph from Avengers Endgame, it's probably from the little girl who ends up being, you know, has like the rescue helmet." And that's exactly what it is here. Now, I got the BAM box. I think it was December of last year. That had her autograph in there. So that's admittedly a bit of a letdown. Just because I've already had her autograph kind of sold off her autograph. It's not that, you know, I mentioned in the BAM box one that it was kind of like a rookie card. Like if she ended up being something, but then, you know, think about and this is a little girl. She's already been in the biggest movie of all time, and who am I to criticize this little girl? Because I'm not going to do that. She was great in Avengers Endgame, but I always said it's like a rookie card because they'll eventually turn into something. But then think about people like Dakota Fanning, who was like the child actor, or even, you know, Macaulay Culkin, and all these other child actors, when they never really made that leap into superstardom. That's no knock on her. She's her own person. She may do that. The bummer of this is that I already did get this in a BAM box in December, and that BAM box was slightly cheaper than, I would say about $20 cheaper than this Zompire box. So, kind of a bummer there. Not the best box I've ever unboxed, unfortunately. No knock on Zompire. A lot of people seem to like their true crime boxes and their horror boxes, and I definitely will come back for that. But as far as the value in this one, I do kind of feel a little bit underwhelmed by it. Now, it's not saying that it won't be items that I would be able to sell or get back, you know, my money on, but as far as the items that were in here, I would say they were of the like BAM Zobi box level, and Zompire is slightly more than those two as far as this box is concerned. Like I said, the Nirvana bag I'm going to keep. I do like the Nirvana bag, and it could be something because, you know, I don't know like what costs are associated with. Is there a cost, and maybe somebody can help me out here, is there a cost with putting these themed items in a box? Like, do they have, there's no some type of like rights or something? I would assume not. But yeah, I mean, definitely like I said, this would probably be, I'll put this up for sale, I put this up for sale, I would put this up for sale. And as mentioned, I don't usually keep pins, so I'd probably put up even the gold boom up for sale, even though I like it. But the Nirvana bag I will be keeping, and that's probably my favorite item in the box. Let me know your thoughts on the first Zompire Pulse box. Truth be told, if I had to order one, unless they have all the other like more themes I would be interested in. I probably wouldn't get this box again, just being flat out honest with you, just because, well, I do feel that, you know, I think I can't remember what I sold the auto for. It might have been like $15 or something like that. And, you know, if it's $15 what I sell this auto for, it probably won't get the rate of return back that I got in other boxes. So, like I said, not my favorite box, but, you know, you can't win them all, unfortunately. My son kind of put it in my head that if the autograph ends up being Avengers Endgame, that it would probably be the little girl, because and, you know, even though I thought the autograph was going to be from Neverending Story, I kind of had that sinking feeling that it probably would be her, and turns out I was right. But that's okay. Like I said, I have no knock on Zompire. They shipped it out amazingly quick, got it super fast. So thrilled with the thing there. Just I wish I could have got a better box. And I thought with the first box out of the gate that it might be, you know, kind of swinging for the fences like a home run box, and it was more of a experiment. Let's try this box, and I could be wrong. But let me know your thoughts on the Pulse box. Did you get it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Me, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. Just truthfully be honest. Look, some people don't like criticism, and I don't like to criticize, but just it wasn't the right box for me. I wasn't super thrilled with it. Other people, I'm sure, would be. But that'll wrap it up. Guys, thanks so much for watching. If you were new here, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to support me on Patreon like John Bailey did, you can do so. Link is in the description below. If you'd like to buy a t-shirt, Tomwashere t-shirt, you can do so at Spreadshirt, as well as links to my eBay store, Facebook page, Instagram, and Clubhouse. But when it comes to the first ever Zompire Pulse box, it's not for me, unfortunately. Like I said, it may be for someone else, someone who loves the Neverending Story, someone who loves Masters of the Universe. You know, someone just starting out collecting out of the gate may be thrilled with this. And I know, you know, I know certain people have looked for this autograph. It's not like it's that bad. It's just not for me. But guys, thank you so much for watching. And until the next video, we will see you soon. But until then, bye everyone.